Hello everybody, welcome back to Sunday Berries. Today I am really excited because we are finally back to swatching Daniel Smith, which by now you all know it's my preferred brand. Along with Schminka, I am still debating which one of the two is the best one, and of course this is something that it's a personal choice. Everyone will have their favorites, and that's why I have been including and I have been purchasing different brands. I am really excited to have been able to acquire all these brands because they are all fabulous in their own way. And the fact that I do have a preference for Daniel Smith is just a matter of preference. It's something very personal. It's how you feel with your colors, and it doesn't matter which brand you prefer. It has to be something that it's a relationship between you and your watercolors, because that's going to make the whole process of not only learning watercolors but also practicing the art of watercolors. And for me, so far, these are the colors that have been near and dear to my heart from the beginning. As a matter of fact, simply put, Daniel Smith has ticked all the boxes for me in terms of watercolors and what I thought watercolors would be. And I found that with Daniel Smith. I am sorry, this last week I wasn't here. I wasn't able to release a video. The reason was basically life happened. I had a trip to the hospital. I am fine, but I had to take a week off, and it did me good. It did me good. But yeah, I missed you, and I am glad I am back, and I am really glad that the return to my content is with Daniel Smith. So let's do this and let's find out why they have named this set Colors of Inspiration. Let's go ahead and find out. The first one up is Cadmium Yellow Medium Hue. This is, of course, not a real cadmium. This is an alternative to the toxic one. And the pigments are PY53, PY151, and PY83. This is semi-opaque. It has excellent light fastness, and it is low staining. Diluted version. Quite beautiful. I think that cadmiums are really beautiful colors, and this alternative is quite brilliant. The next one up is Quinacridone Rose. The pigment is PV19. It has excellent light fastness. It is transparent and medium staining. Maybe I used a lot of water to this one. I'm not sure if I'm getting a true mass tone, but it's looking beautiful. Of course, we have seen the Quinacridone Rose before. This is such a beautiful color. You can do so many mixes with it. Diluted version. It's really breathtaking. This is a violet pigment, of course, PV19, and I find that it makes such a beautiful rose color. This is also perfect for botanicals and many different things. The next one up is Wisteria. The pigments are PW6 and PR122. It is semi-opaque. It has very good light fastness and it is non-staining. Because of the PW6, I expect this one to be a pastel looking color, being PW6 a white. Mastone. Beautiful hue. I actually like it, although I tend not to like colors that contain white in them unless it is buff titanium, which is unbleached white. Diluted version. Wow. It really does look quite good. It's not like you see the white so evident, if that makes any sense. And this color for florals, it's quite amazing. The next one up is Rose of Ultramarine. This is a transparent color. Pigments are PB29, PV19. It has excellent light fastness. It is medium staining and granulating. And it is granulating obviously because of that ultramarine that is included in this color PB29. Mastone. Wow, it's quite beautiful. Very rich, very intense. Ooh, I love it so far. Wow. I love the intensity that this color has. I can't wait to see the diluted version. Diluted. Oh, wow, it's beautiful. Loving this one. Oh my God. Love that transparency as well. And you can see that granulation going on already. Actually, this is breathtaking. Breathtaking color. It's just, every time I see colors like this, it just tells me you're in the right place with watercolors. This is so beautiful. The next one up is Moonglow. The pigments are PG18, PB29, and PR177. It is transparent. It has excellent light fastness, although it's an in-house rating. It is non-staining and granulating. Mastone. Wow. Oh my God. I have found a passion for granulating colors. It is just something that I cannot help. And because of that, I'm trying to see if I can get my hands on the complete set of granulating colors from Daniel Smith, of course. And I'm talking both Primatex and the regular Daniel Smith extra fine colors. Beautiful, dark, intense, mysterious. Forget it, it's gorgeous. Breathtaking and stunning. Diluted version. Oh my God. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And because it's transparent again, this is another invaluable color in my humble opinion, of course, where you can achieve that transparent and translucency with a painting. I've always been in love with transparency and layering with watercolors. And I think that transparent colors for me are perfect to show exactly that side of the beauty of watercolors. I do know that the different qualities of watercolors are very useful for different things. I personally love the translucency and the delicate side of watercolors. But look at this color, wow. You can almost see the PB29 here in the granulation. You can see the speckles of blue. So that's quite interesting. And you can also see it here as well. This rose of ultramarine has quite a strong granulation, and it almost feels as if that ultramarine separates. And it's also happening here, but in a softer way. Perhaps if I do it in a different way, it would show more. However, my diluted version came out pretty much diluted. The next one up is Shadow Violet. The pigments are PO73, PB29, PG18. It is transparent. It has excellent light fastness, in-house rating as well, and it is granulating. It is also non-staining. Mastone. Wow. This is really interesting. This is a very dark color, and the name is quite fitting because this set has a lot of violets and purples included, and it seems to me that this is a perfect shadow color, or can be used as that shadow color. I would love to see what would happen if we mix this color with all the rest of them. Very interesting color, beautiful. Diluted version. Wow. Oh my God. Beautiful. Oh my God. It's gorgeous. The next one up is Phthalo Blue Green Shade. The pigments are PB15 colon 3. It has excellent light fastness. It is high staining, and it is transparent. Mastone. Oh, beautiful. I've always loved phthalo blues, and now that I'm learning a little bit more about pigments, I can recognize that PB15 colon 3 as a phthalo. This color, I find it super useful for different mixes, and I've always thought that it is quite a perfect blue as well. For mixing, I mean. Diluted version. I also find that the diluted version, it's quite a delicate blue as well. It can work really well as pastel colors if you enjoy pastel colors, without the need of adding any white to it. Of course, if you do add the white, then you will get a beautiful pastel. The next one up is Lavender. The pigments are PW6, PV15, and PB29. It is semi-opaque. It has excellent light fastness. It is low staining and granulating. Again, we can see the white here, and we can see that ultramarine here. So it will granulate, and it will look very much a pastel color. Mastone. Whoa. Very much a pastel. It's quite an interesting color. And I do see the granulation here already. Very interesting. Diluted version. Let's see if we can get this one to granulate better than the other ones. Have been terrible during this swatch. My God. Wow, the granulation, it's quite strong. Very, very strong. The next one up is Cascade Green. The pigment is PBR7 PB15. It has excellent light fastness. It is semi-opaque and medium staining and granulating. Mastone. Wow. This is like a turquoise green. As if you had added a brown to a phthalo blue. And this color is absolutely breathtaking. Stunning. Oh my God, and you can almost see the separation here. Wow. I hope the camera is catching that because you can see a separation of brown and blue here. It's incredible. I can't wait for this one. Diluted version. Wow, it has a beautiful granulation so far on the mastone, and it looks like the diluted version is not going to disappoint. As I mentioned, I am going crazy for these granulating colors. I am really loving them. I really do believe that colors like this add something special to any watercolor piece. And wow, I am in awe. Exciting, exciting. The next one up is Serpentine Genuine. I really don't know if it's genuine or genuine, but I think it's genuine, so I'm going to say genuine. This belongs to the Primatech colors. It is a semi-opaque. It has excellent light fastness. It is non-staining and granulating. Needless to say, I am really looking forward to this one. Mastone. Beautiful green. I am starting to get a feeling about this set and why they called it Colors of Inspiration, but I will tell you a little bit later about that. Diluted version. Oh my God. This is just so beautiful, so breathtaking. My God, beautiful. The next one up is Green Appetite Genuine. It also belongs to the Primatech colors and it has excellent light fastness. It is semi-opaque, non-staining and granulating. Mastone. Who doesn't fall in love with colors like this? It is just absolutely mysterious and perfect green. Wow, I can't wait for this to see the whole granulation going on. Diluted. Oh my God. Beautiful. There is something about these Primatech colors that I just love. And I do know that not all of them granulate, but the ones that do are completely breathtaking. And as you can see, these two right here are no exception. Beautiful. The next one up is quinacridone gold. The pigments are PO48 and PY150. It is a transparent color. It has excellent light fastness. It is low staining and granulating. And quinacridone gold is one of my favorite colors. Mastone. One of the things that I love the most about quinacridone gold is the difference between the mastone and the diluted version. This is almost completely a separation of pigments from the orange and the yellow, and you will see when I dilute this, you will see that yellow coming through strongly and beautifully. Diluted version. For me to see this happen, it's quite amazing. And if you go even lighter than this, it becomes completely yellow. So as you can see here towards the bottom, you can see it better. But if you look at this, that is almost a sienna, and then this one, it's a yellow. So it's quite beautiful and so versatile. And for mixes, being transparent, it's like it can go without being detected on the mix, but it will create quite some changes to whatever you're mixing it with. But it's beautiful. All right, so I am going to allow this to completely dry, and then we are going to talk about these colors. I can tell you right now that my mind is like blown. So let's allow them to dry, and I'll be right back. While these are drying, I want to swatch again the granulating colors, which are 7. I will do some here and some here. I want to show the granulation as best as possible. So let's see. Let's start with the Rose of Ultramarine. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. Moonglow. Shadow Violet. So beautiful. I should practice my circles more often. Lavender. Cascade Green. Serpentine Genuine, Green Appetite, Quinacridone Gold. And now let's wait to see what happens. And we're back. The colors have dried already, and this set has blown my mind. I love the fact that this is a very well curated set. The colors are perfect for botanicals and landscapes, or even moody skies, depending on what you do. So it lends itself for different things. I also love the fact that 6 of these colors are semi-opaque and the other 6 are transparent. So it's a perfect division and a perfect balance. 7 colors out of the 12 are granulating colors. Starting with Rose of Ultramarine, Moonglow, Shadow Violet, Lavender, Cascade Green, Serpentine Genuine, Green Appetite Genuine, and Quinacridone Gold. And I did swatch them, as you saw, on the side because I wanted to really see these colors granulating, although I don't think I did a very good job out of it, but nonetheless, we did. Wisteria and Lavender are my least favorites. Lavender being above the wisteria because of the granulation and because white doesn't seem to be so obvious. The cadmium yellow medium hue, which is an alternative to the real cadmium, it's quite nice. I really did like it. I do prefer the real cadmium. However, for the non-toxic nature of this cadmium, I really like it. We have seen the Quinacridone Rose. It's absolutely gorgeous. The Rose of Ultramarine, it's quite interesting. It is the mix between Quinacridone Rose and the Ultramarine Blue. And of course, together we'll make a purple. But when you see the granulation, you can see that Ultramarine Blue gathering in certain areas, which highlight that granulation, which is quite beautiful. And here you can see that happening as well, that ultramarine blue almost separates from the rest of the mix. Moonglow is obviously a beautiful color, and it does remind me of a full moon night because it does give that illumination to the night sky, and it's quite fitting the name with this color. Love how again, that ultramarine blue gathers separate from the rest of the colors, and it's quite beautiful. It's a very dark violet color. It's almost a black, but that red pigment and the blue pigment together will make inevitably that violet. So the green pigment is the one that turns it a little bit towards that dark side or towards those blacks and or grays, and it's quite beautiful. And then the shadow violet, it's an orange pigment, the ultramarine blue, and a green. And this I consider a black. It's almost a violet also, but it's more a gray than anything else. And the granulation is absolutely gorgeous, and it's a very light gray. So I would consider this an alternative or a chromatic black with a beautiful, beautiful diluted version. I think that the phthalo blue green shade is perfect because if you start mixing with this one, you will get other tones of purples between Quinacridone Rose and the phthalo blue green shade. I think it's quite fitting and beautiful green with the cadmium yellow medium hue. We've spoken about the lavender. Now I am crazy for Cascade Green. This is just beautiful. It is a brown mixed with a phthalo blue. It becomes that turquoise color. When it separates, it's pushing that brown pigment, and you can see the phthalo blue right underneath. Now the Serpentine Genuine, beautiful. You can see that granulation here very strong, and you can see here a separation that it's almost between that green and brown, and you can see it more obviously on this swatch right here. That has me thinking that maybe I should start swatching in circles because the granulation seems to be more evident in this shape. So let me know if you prefer the little squares or if you prefer me to do circles. Let me know. So this one is quite beautiful, and the fact that it is a green with brown is perfect because that will work in your favor. Beautiful, especially if you work with landscapes. And this one, it's perfect for bodies of water. Any type of body of water, this would be really beautiful, even for the ocean. The green apatite, my God, beautiful mastone, very dark, very almost a moody green. And this one is quite a natural green, but this one is more moody. And the diluted version, it's quite beautiful as well. And that granulation, you can see it here, it's more evident how the color actually separates, and you can see that dark color sitting right on top of that green. Quite beautiful as well. And again, perfect for greeneries, forest, landscapes. Quite nice. This serpentine is just really interesting because the separation here seems to be like in reverse from the green apatite. You can see that dark color almost coming on top of the green, yet here you can see almost as if this is a green that was laid on top of a brown, orangey, earthy tone right underneath it. And of course, here we have the quinacridone gold, and this one, the granulation is very soft, very subtle, and quite beautiful. So here we are. This is the set. It's quite beautiful. I feel it's very well curated. It has a mix of everything between warms and cools and semi-opaques and transparents, granulating colors and non-granulating colors. And I can only imagine the extent of the mixes we can create with these colors. And it does lend themselves to be quite inspiring. So I understand the name here because particularly for those of you who love botanicals and florals, this set is a gem. And I will not discard anything else because for skies, for forests, for landscapes, these colors are a beautiful, beautiful group of colors that will ignite your imagination. And I think that the mixings of these colors are going to yield a lot of possibilities and quite interesting colors because of the nature of the colors that we have here, particularly with the granulating ones. So my friends, this has been the Daniel Smith Colors of Inspiration set. I'm going to leave a link below in the description. So if you're interested, you can always go in and check it out. With that said, my friends, please take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. Be kind to one another. And I will see you on the next video. Until then, bye.